Before that, let me ask, how are you looking at? I'm thinking most of you have looked at the chapter already, and um, are there any challenges you have come across? Somebody answer me. Or have you looked at the chapter or not? Have you looked at it or not? Can somebody answer? Yes.
We did.
And how was it? Were you able to understand? Were you able to understand what you read?
Not everything.
Not everything. Okay, good. Um, I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what this whole thing is about. Then, because you notice that it is something that you know already, isn't me? So I'll just give you a brief overview of what this whole topic is about, and you see that it is not as difficult as you think. So um, I will start with um, um, uh, the unknown, what you know. Listen, then we will go to the unknown. That okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, do you remember um, back at the high school? This was very familiar. They will give you, let's say, x squared minus 5x, maybe plus 6, greater than or equal to 0. Do you remember this? That's a quadratic inequality. I hope you remember this.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, so
Now,
remember.
you remember, good. Okay, good. Now, before we look at this, please, you have to note the difference between this sign and this sign. Exactly. This is a closed interval. Let's say when we have A, comma, B, we call it a closed interval. That means that A and B is inclusive. That means that if it is X, X will be between greater than or equal to A and less than or equal to B. But you see, if we have this one is an open interval, an open interval. So in that case, the A and B is not inclusive. So A will be X will be strictly greater than A and strictly less than B. And um, we have what we call um, a half open or half closed interval. Now we can also have this. A will be
Sorry,
closed.
sir, I missed that part. Your mic was off.
Oh, okay, let me start again. You see that? You see the first one, A comma B is called a closed interval. You see that? In this case, both A and B is inclusive. Let's see that.
Yes.
And the second one is called an open interval. When you write this one, when you write it with an open interval, it means that X will be between A and B, but A and B is not inclusive. That one clear?
Okay.
And you can have
Yeah.
one like this. A is a closed interval, B is an open interval. So we have A greater X will be greater than or equal to X, then it will be less than B. We call this a half open or a half closed interval. Let's see this.
Yes.
Makes sense to you. Okay, good. And we can also have this. It's also called a half open or a half closed interval. It's like this. We are going to have a greater than or equal to x. Sorry, sorry. This one will be like this. A greater than or x is greater than or equal to a greater than a, sorry, and less than or equal to b. It's also called a half open or a half closed interval. Does that make sense to you? Does it make
Yes,
sense?
sir.
Okay, so there are no questions.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now,
Yes, we understand.
yes, good. There are no questions. Then let's come to what I was talking about. Let's start with what you know. You know, if we have x squared, if I ask you x squared um minus 5x plus 6 greater than or equal to 0, like this. If I give you this, now the meaning is very simple. When you see something like this, the meaning is that you must give me all numbers in x that when I replace here, this function will be positive for 0. Does it make sense to you?
Yes. Sort
Any
of.
questions? No. You see, if I write solve for x, solve for x, and I write x squared minus 5x plus 3 greater than or equal to 0. The literal meaning in English simply means that I must find all numbers in the real number system that if I replace x with the function, the expression x squared minus 5x plus 6 will either be positive or it will be 0. That's the English meaning. Does it make sense?
Mm.
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Okay, good. So back then, what do? You factorize. You factorize x squared minus 3x minus 2x minus 2x plus 6. Please, you see what we are doing here is not like memorizing. You must understand what you are doing. Exactly. So here, if
Yes.
x comes out, we are
Yes.
going to get x minus 3. Then I can bring minus 2 out. I will get x minus 3 greater than or equal to 0. Then I can bring x minus 3 out. Then I'll get x
-2.
minus 2. Then back then in high school, you will plot a graph like this. Like you know that now x can be 3, x can be 2. So you plot a graph like this. Then here will be 2, here will be 3. Now because here is a positive, this one is it will be a minimum like this. Have you seen that? Then you see that where will be x, where will this function be greater than 0? It will be greater than 0 here. Can you see that? Or here. And here it will be x
Yeah.
less than or equal to 2 and x greater than or equal to 3. I hope you remember this one from high school.
Yes, sir. Remember.
Remember. Good. So this time what we are going to do is that we will write this in an interval notation. So it will go like this. Negative infinity to 2 closed bracket, then 3 close bracket to, yes, OC. We are listening to you.
They wrote x is less than or equals to 2. Why did you change the sign?
Come again.
I wanted to know why you said x is less than or equals to 2. Why did you change the sign since it was greater than or equals to?
Oh, thank you very much. You see, look at the question very well. As I said initially, we are looking at,
Mm-hmm.
you see, listen to what I'm saying first. Please, can you just give me a minute? Let me listen to this call, please. Hello? Fine, thank you. Yes, sir. Um, please, I don't know whether you'll be around campus around 2:30 today. Okay, no, I'll come there around 2:30. Okay, sure. Thank you. Good. Please, is that um good? Please, sorry, I was on the call. Now we have x squared minus 5x plus 6 greater than or equal to 0. So here we are looking for all values of x. Listen, if you replace this with the x, to give this value greater than or equal to 0. Are you with me, Kosi? Kosi, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
Yes, I understand, sir.
you understand what we are doing here. So you see that we will draw the graph 2 and 3. Now, when a graph the A is positive, you have a minimum curve. Have you seen that? When um when how do I put it? When the um sign is negative, you have a maximum curve. Exactly. So here we are going to have a minimum curve. Do you understand this graph I've drawn? Do you understand
Yes,
the
we
graph I've
understand.
drawn? So you ask yourself, where on this graph is this function greater than 0? Greater than 0 is
Yes, I
above the
do.
x-axis. You understand? So you understand how I got these answers. So
Yes.
you understand how I got the answers.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Is any questions again on how I got the
Yes, I
answers?
understand.
Okay, good. So that we are now coming to use this same question. We are now coming to use the table method. Exactly. I just want you to know that there is no difference. It's the same thing. Are you with me? Are you with me here?
Yes.
Please, you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm saying that with this same question, we are going to use the table method. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this same question we have um x squared minus 5x plus 6 greater than or equal to 0. And when we factorized, we had x minus 2 and x minus 3 greater than or equal to 0. So we know that the factors is x will be equal to 2 and x will be equal to 3. So we draw a table. And on the let me draw the table. Please forgive me the first I didn't use the correct. So on our table, we are going to have the factors on the left hand side. Our factors is x minus 2, x minus 3. Then here will be f of x. If I say f of x, I mean the whole function, x minus 2 times x minus 3. Can we see that? Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good. And we put the factors. So the first factor will be, we are going to go from negative infinity to positive infinity. That's clear. But we are going to put the factors in between. Can you see that? So the first one will be from negative infinity to 2. Obviously, they're not inclusive. And here will be 2. And here will be from 2 to 3. Can you see that? And here will be from 3 to positive what? Infinity.
Infinity. Yes.
Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now, we start from negative infinity to 2. Let me see that. You ask yourself, you can pick any number you know, any number you are comfortable with. That is between negative infinity and 2. I will say any number at all. Exactly. So I will pick 0 because 0 is between negative infinity and 2. Let me see. Let me go on. Can we go on?
Yes,
Come
sir.
again, sir.
Good. I said we are going to start with negative infinity to 2. Exactly. So if I say we are starting from negative infinity to 2, I mean pick any number you know that is between negative infinity and 2. Only give me one number. That is between negative infinity and 2.
1.
1. Let me say that. Negative 4,
Yes.
negative 10, negative 100. Exactly. But pick any number that you are comfortable with. Exactly. And I'm saying that I'm picking 0. You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so then if I replace 0 where I have x minus 2. If I replace 0 there, what will be the sign? Will it be positive or negative?
Sir?
I said, now I have picked 0. Exactly. And I'm asking you at x minus 2, if I replace x with 0, will I have a positive or a negative?
Negative.
Negative. So I'll put negative here. And x minus 3, if I put a 0 here, will I have a positive or a negative?
Negative.
Negative. So negative and negative will give me what?
A positive.
Good. And 2, if I put 2 here, what will I have here? Positive or negative or a 0?
0.
0. Good. If I put 2 here, will I have a negative, positive, or a 0?
Negative.
Negative. Negative times 0 will give me what?
Negative.
Negative.
No. Any number times 0
0.
is 0.
Oh, 0.
You say that? 0.
Yeah.
Okay, then between 2 and 3, we can pick a number between 2 and 3, like 2.5. Exactly. 2.5 is between 2 and 3. Exactly. So, if I put 2.5 in place of x minus 2, what will I get? Negative or a positive?
Positive.
Positive, good. Then, if I put 2.5 here, what will I get? Place of x
Negative.
minus 3. Negative. Positive and negative is what?
Negative.
Good. And between 3 and infinity, you can pick any number that you know. Exactly. Any number that you know. So here I'm picking 4. If I put 4 here, what will I get?
Positive.
Yeah.
And if I put 4 here, what will I get?
Positive.
Now, positive and positive will give me what?
Positive.
Good. Good. So now the question says that we are looking for values of x that will make this graph a 0 or a positive. So what interval is giving us a 0 or a positive? It is infinity to, infinity to 2 itself and 3 to infinity. Can we see that?
Yes.
Oh, please, we missed one. There was one that we missed. We should have also had from 2, we should have also had 3. Exactly. Because it go from infinity to 2, 2 to 3, then 3. Exactly. Then 3 to infinity. So 3, if I put 3 here, will I have a positive or a negative?
A positive.
Positive. And if I put 3 here, will I have a positive or a negative? A 0.
0.
0. So positive times 0 is what? A 0. Exactly. So you ask yourself, which of the intervals here is giving me a positive or a 0? You can see that I'm having negative. My answer can be negative infinity to 2. And I can have 2 itself. 2 is giving me a 0. Then 3 to infinity is also giving me a positive. Then 3 is giving me a 0. Let me see that.
Yes.
This is giving me a positive or a 0. Let me see that.
Yes.
So if you write it in an interval form, it will be negative. I'll bring negative infinity to 2. But here, 2 is inclusive because 2 is giving me a 0. So it will be a square bracket. Exactly. Union 3 is inclusive. So it will go from 3 to what? Positive what?
Infinity.
Let me see that.
Yes.
Okay, good. So that is all about this unit. If you understand this, then you can understand all. Exactly. So in our book, let's just look at the first question I was asked yesterday. Yesterday, somebody asked me, please, can we go to activity 1.2? 1.2, page 22, question 3. Are we there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we have, it says this. We have, we clean it. X minus brackets. We have X minus 1, X plus 2, X plus 2, X minus 3. Then it says that less than or equal to 0. So it simply means that we must look for values of x. That's when we put into this function. It will make this function, in place of x, it will make this function negative or 0. Is that one agreed?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you see that this function is a cubic function. And you drawing the graph, it will be a little bit complicated, exactly. So the best option to use is the table method. So let us draw our table. We draw our table like this. Okay, let's draw it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we are going to start. We start from negative infinity to, you see that our factors could be 1, negative 2, and 3. Is that agreed?
Yes.
Please, you agree with the factors? Okay, so we start with the smallest one, negative infinity to negative. We always start from the smallest one to the biggest one, negative 2. Can you see that? Then
Yes,
Yes.
we come to 2, negative 2. Exactly. Then we come
yes,
to negative 2, 1. Then we come to 1. Then we come to 1 to 3. Then we come to 3, positive
positive.
infinity. Can you see that? Then here, about on the left hand side, we have our factors. X minus 1, X plus 2, and X minus 3. Then our last one will be f of x. Does this table make sense to you, please? Or are there any questions with this table? Or can we continue?
You can continue, sir.
Okay, good. So you ask we want you pick any number between negative infinity and negative 2. Can you give me one number?
-3.
Good. Negative 3. If I put negative 3 in place of x in x minus 1, what will I get?
Negative.
-5.
Negative. When I put it at x plus 2, what will I get? When I replace negative 3 with x at x plus, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative. When I put negative 3 here, what will I get? X minus 3. It's what?
Negative.
Negative. So negative times negative times negative will give me what? Negative.
Negative.
Can you see that? Good.
Yes.
No.
Oh, negative times negative is positive. Times negative again will give us negative.
Say.
Yes. They are listening to you, please.
No, we can continue. So we saw our mistake.
Okay, good. And minus 2. When I put it at x minus 1, I'll get what?
Negative.
Okay. When I put it at x plus 2, I'll get what?
0.
0. Good. If I put it at x minus 3, I'll get what?
Negative.
Negative. Negative times 0 times negative will give me what?
Positive.
Well,
0.
0.
Positive.
1 times 0, it always goes to 0. Can you see that?
Yes.
Good. Now, let's pick a number between negative 2 and 1. Always pick an easier number. Is that clear? So that you can work easily. So negative 2 and 1, what are we going to pick? If I were you, I'll pick 0. Can you see that?
0.
0 is between negative 1 and negative 2. I'm wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
You're
Can you see that?
correct.
Correct.
Yes.
So when I put 0 here, I'll get what? At x minus 1.
Negative.
Negative.
At x plus 2, 0.
0. 2.
2. Positive.
Positive. Good. Then at x minus 3.
Negative.
Negative. Then f of x, negative times positive times negative will give me what?
Negative.
No. Negative times positive is what? Negative.
Negative.
Negative is going to give me what?
Positive.
Positive.
Good. Positive. Okay, good. And let us take 1. When I put 1 at x minus 1, I'll get what?
0.
0.
0. And when I put 1 at x plus 2, I'll get what?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. If I put 1 at x minus 3, I'll get what?
Negative.
So 0 times positive times negative will give me what?
Negative. 0.
0. Can you see that? Because there's a 0
Yes.
here, so when you multiply, you're going to get 0. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, now between 1 and 3, can you give me a number that we can pick?
2.
2. When I put 2 here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
When I put 2 here, what will I get?
0.
2 here.
Negative.
X plus 2.
Negative.
You have x plus 2. When I replace x with 2, what will I get? What is 2 plus 2?
0.
0.
Look, having x plus 2. And I'm replacing x with 2. What will I get?
A positive.
0.
Positive.
To be what?
A positive.
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 Yes.
Can you see that? To be a positive.
Yes.
Then at x minus 3, if I replace 2 there, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative. Good. So positive times positive times negative will give me what?
Negative.
Negative. Good. And we go to the last one, 3 to infinity. Can you give me one number that is between 3 to infinity?
4.
Oh, good. So if I put 4 here, what will I get?
Positive.
At x minus 1, positive. Good. If I put 4 in place of x plus 2, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive. Now, if I put 4 in place of x minus 3, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Yes.
Positive times positive is what? Times positive will be what?
Positive.
Can you see that? Good.
Yes.
So you see, if you take your time and you do your table correctly, you have already found the answer. You see that? The moment you get the table wrong, you get the answer to wrong. It's as simple as that. You understand me?
Yes.
Huh?
Why don't you have a column for 3? 3 alone.
I always forget the last one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I always forget the last one. Please, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I always forget the last one. And please, 3 should come, 3 should be somewhere here, ne? Before 3 to infinity. So we have
Yes.
3. So when we put 3 here, what do we get?
Positive.
Positive. And 3 here will be what?
Positive.
And 3 here will be what? 0.
Zero.
Here we'll go to what? 0. So, but please know that 3 will always be this side. Okay, good. So now, once you have got the table correctly, you have found the answer. Now the question says that we are looking for values of x that will make x a negative or what? 0. Where is x negative or 0? It is at where it is at negative infinity to negative 2.
Yes.
Yes.
And at negative 2 to a 0. Are we saying that? And
Yes.
at 1 it's also negative. Are we saying that?
Yes.
And between 1 and at 1 is 0. Between 1 and 3.
3.
Between 1 and 3 2 is negative. Can you see that?
Yes.
And at 3 is 0. So we are looking for where it is 0 or negative. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we write it in the interval notation. And our answer will look like this. Negative infinity to negative 2. Here we use the close bracket to include these 2. Can you see that? That's why we are using the close bracket. Can you see that? And here the
Yes.
1 is inclusive. So we are going to use close bracket. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2 is inclusive. So we are going to use the close bracket here. If the bracket is important because once you get the brackets wrong, you mess up the whole thing. Can you see that? So you must understand why I'm using the square bracket or why I'm using the closed bracket or I'm using the open bracket. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So our answer will be this one. As you see there. Unless there are any questions. Can we go on?
Yes.
So you see, once you understand what we are doing, there is no question you can't answer, trust me. Exactly. Unless you don't want to understand, but you are always trying to learn answers. That one you can't do it. If you just try and get an understanding of what you are doing, you can answer any question. Now let's look at in our book. Let's go to the next one. Let's look at question 4. Question 4. We have question 4. We have 1 over x divided less than x. We have 1 divided by x, then less than x. Less than x. So let me ask, how do you do this question? You can tell me. How are you going to answer this question? How are you going to answer this question?
Bring x to the other side.
You are going to cross multiply, eh?
Yes.
Look, number one rule. Number one rule. It's very important rule. Very important rule. Very important. Very important. Very important. And the rule is never cross multiply. Never do that. Exactly. Because
Yes.
when you cross multiply, you are going to miss some of the answers. Exactly. Here, we are
Yes.
looking for all answers in the real number system from negative infinity to positive infinity. That makes this possible. That makes 1 over x always less than x. Exactly. So please, that is one big error most of you do. Cross multiplication. Never cross multiply. Never cross multiply. Now, then one will ask, if I say never cross multiply, then what are we going to do? Which is a very good question. Is that clear? Okay. So I'll show you what we are going to do now. We have 1 over x less than x. So what do? We have 1 over x. Then you bring this x here minus x
Yes.
less than 0. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Then you
Yes.
find the LCM. Our LCM will be x. Are we seeing that? X will cancel here to what? 1. So we are going to have 1. 1 will go here, x. So minus. Does it make sense to you?
No.
Does it make sense to you? Then,
No.
No.
Where is the x squared there? Is it not supposed to be x squared?
oh, we have 1 over x. Eh? We have 1 over x minus x. Oh, okay. So here will be x squared. Okay, x squared.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So it makes sense to you now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, good. And once you have got this, then we factorize. So the top, if you factorize, what are you going to get? What is it called? The top. What is it called?
It's the difference of two squares there. It's 1
Difference of
minus
2
x.
squares. So we can factorize it to be what? 1 minus x 1 plus x all over x less than 0. Please, that you note that look at this question. It says strictly less than what? 0. So we are
0.
only looking for values of x that will make this thing what? Only a negative, 0 not included. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now, once we have got our factors, now we know that our points are going to be negative 1 0 and 1. Do you agree? Because x
Yes.
equals to 0, x will be -1 and x will be 1. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
Do we agree? You can go on. Okay, good. Then we draw our table. 1, 2, 4, 5. Then we have this. So we are going to have negative. We are going to start with negative infinity to -1. Then we come to -1. Then we come to -1 to 0. Then we come to 0. Then we come to 0 to 1. Then we come to 1. Then we come to 1 to positive infinity. Then here we are going to have x, 1 minus x, 1 plus x. Then we have x. Then we have f of x. Please, can you find the design of the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So now, can we pick any number between negative infinity and -1?
-2.
-2. When I put -2 here, what will I get? In place of x, what will I get?
Gonna be a negative.
Negative.
No,
But only the positive.
no, no. 1 minus 2 will be what? Positive.
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 Let me see that. And
Yes.
if I put -2 in place of x, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative. Then if I put -2 here, what will I get? Negative.
Negative.
Positive times negative will give me what? Positive.
Positive.
Do we all agree?
Yes.
Do we all agree?
Yes, sir.
We can go on. We can go on.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So -1. If I put -1 here, I will get what?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. If I put -1 here, I'll get what?
Negative.
0.
0.
Time. Exactly. Please,
Yes.
when you are doing the table, please, you must take your time here. Exactly. Because once you get the table wrong, everything goes wrong. Understand me? So
Yes.
it is wise to take your time and do the table correct and rush and get everything wrong. Yes, you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So if I put -1 here, what will I get? Place of
Negative.
x.
Negative.
Negative. X positive times 0 is 0 divided by negative will give me what?
0.
0.
0. So now between -1 and 0, I mean we can pick any number. We can pick a number like, let's say, -half. Exactly. -half is between -1 and 0. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Okay, so if I put -half in place of x minus 1, what will I get? I
Positive.
see x minus 1. I'll get positive. Good.
Positive.
Now if I put -half in place of x here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Good. And if I put -half in place of x, I'll get what?
Negative.
Negative.
So positive divide by negative will give me what?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Can we see that? Okay, good.
Yes.
Now we come to 0. Now, if I put 0 in place of x here, what will I get? Positive. Can we all see that?
Yes.
If I put 0 in place of x here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
If I put 0 in place of x, what will I get?
0.
0.
0. Can we all see that? This is like what divided by 0 will give me what?
0.
So,
It's undefined.
any number, when you divide 0 by any number, you get what? Undefined. You see that?
Undefined.
So, please, there are, because of space, you just write u. Is that clear? U in mathematics means undefined.
Okay.
Can we see that? Because when you divide by
Yes.
any number by 0, you get undefined. And here the x is down. Is that clear? So when you divide by 0, you get what? Undefined. Can we all see that?
Yes.
Can we all see that? Okay, good. Now, between 0 and 1, we can also pick positive half. Can we see that? Positive half. Now, if I put positive half here, in place of 1 minus x, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive, good. If I put half in place of x here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive, good. If I place half in place of X, only X this side. What will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Good. Positive times positive times positive will give me what?
Positive.
Positive. Let me see that. Then we come to 1. Now, if I replace 1 in place of X at 1 minus X, what will I get?
0.
0. Good. Now, if I replace 1 in place of 1 plus X, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Now, if I replace 1 in place of X here, what will I get?
Positive.
So 0 times positive is 0. Divided by positive, we get what?
0.
What do we get?
0.
0.
What do we get? 0. Can we all see that? We all agree.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now 1 to infinity. You can pick the number 1 to infinity. Let's pick 2. Exactly. Now when I put 2 here, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Good. Now when I put 2 here, I'll get what?
Positive.
Positive. When I put 2 here, I'll get what?
Positive.
Negative times positive is negative. Divided by positive, I'll get what?
Negative.
Negative. So now, where will our answers be? Now it says that we must look for values of X that will make this function only a negative. You see that? So our
Yes.
first answer will be between negative
1 and
1
0.
and 0. You see that will give us negative. And our second answer will be 1
1
to what?
and infinity.
Infinity. So you see that's what I'm trying to tell you, that you don't have to rush with the table, because once you have done the table correctly, the answer is a mere formality. You understand me?
Yes,
Once
sir.
you rush there and you get the table wrong, then you mess up everything. Do I make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
I make sense to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Please, any questions again? Okay, good. Good. So with this question, as I told you, the golden rule is never cross multiply. Is that clear? Never
Yes.
cross multiply. Okay, good. Now, you can do question 5 is the same thing as question 4. Is that clear? You can do it on your own. You can do question 6 on your own. Now, I'm going to go to question 7. Question 7. Question 7. Question 7. We have 1 over 3x minus 5. 1 over 3x minus 5. And it says that 1 over 3x minus 5 less than 2. Less than 2. Less than 2. 1 over 3x minus 5 less than 2. Now, with this instance 2, most of you will be tempted to do a lazy work. And when I say a lazy work, what do I mean? You will be tempted to cross multiply. As I told you, the golden rule: never cross multiply. Am I clear?
Yes.
So here, what do? I will bring 1 over 3x minus 5 minus 2 less than 0. Let me see that. Then we find the LCM, which will be 3 3x minus 5. Now 3x minus 5 will cancel 3x minus 5. I'm going to have 1 here. Exactly. Then 1 will go here. 3x minus 5. So I'll have minus 2 into bracket 3x minus 5. Then I'll have 1 minus 6x minus 10. Sorry, plus 10. Plus 10 all over 3x minus 5. Then I will simplify. When I simplify, I will get 11 minus 6x divided by 3x minus 5. Please don't let us forget that it's strictly less than 0, strictly less than 0, strictly less than 0. And we have got our factors. Can you see that? So I know that we
Yes.
are our points will be x equals to 11 over 6 and x equals to 5 over 3. So we draw our table. We draw our table like this. Now 11 over 6 and 5 over 3. Which one is the smallest? 11 over 6 and 5 over 3. Which one is the smallest? Can somebody answer me? Which one is the smallest?
5 over 3.
11 over 6 or 5 over 3?
5 over 3.
5 over 3.
Okay, good. So we start. Negative
2.
infinity to 5 over 3. Then we have 5 over 3. Then we go 5 over 3 to 11 over 6. Then we go 11 over 6. Then we go 11 over 6 to infinity. Then here we are going to have 11 minus 6x, 3x minus 5. Then we have here f x. Please, for the sake of our calculation, let us try and put our minute. Okay, please, 11 over 6 in decimals is how much? 11 over 6 in decimals is how much? Can you 11 over 6 in decimals? Let me do it myself. 11 over 6 in decimal.
1.8.
1,8. Good. 1,8. Then 5 over 3 in decimal is how much?
1,6.
1.6.
Okay, good. 1,6. Good. So you must know these dynamics. Is that clear? So now we are looking for a number between negative infinity and 1,6. You can pick one. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So if I put 1 in place of 6x in 7 minus 6, I'll get positive or a negative. I'll get a positive. Can we see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then 3x minus 5. If I put 1 there, I'll get what?
Negative.
Negative.
So positive divided by negative will give me what?
Negative.
Negative.
Good. Then 5 over 3. If I put 5 over 3 in place of 6x, what will I get? Positive or a negative?
Negative.
Negative, ne?
Yes.
Negative. Now 3x minus 5. If I replace 5 over 3, what will I get?
Zero.
0. Can we see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Negative divided by 0 is what?
Zero.
Undefined.
So,
Undefined.
can you see that?
Yes.
So now between 1,6 and 1,7. Sorry, between 1,6 and 1,8, we can pick 1,7. Can you see that? Between 5 over 3 and 11 over 6. It's 1,6 between 1,6 and 1,8. So I can pick 1,7. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now if I put 1,7 in place of 11 minus 6x, will I get a positive or a negative?
Positive.
Positive. Okay. Are you sure? Let me see. 1,6. Okay, good. Positive. And if I replace 1,6 with 3x minus 5, what will I get?
Negative.
Yes. Negative. Yes. Your hand is up.
Sir,
Yes.
where is 5? What there is 5 over 3, first column? Is it
Yes.
positive or negative?
5 over 3. It is
The first one.
negative.
Supposed to be positive.
It's positive.
It's positive. Okay, let's see. When I put 3, 3 will cancel 6 to 2. So we are, oh, sorry, it's positive. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's positive. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, good. So here to positive divided by negative will give us what?
Negative.
Let me go on.
Say
Yes.
Isn't it 3x minus 5? If we're going to replace with a 1,7, we're going to get a 0,1, which is positive.
3x minus 5.
Yes. Isn't it
Oh, so
supposed to
yeah,
be
it's positive.
positive?
Please, can all of you confirm that? Please, can all of you confirm that, please?
It's negative.
Negative.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. We are going to get 3 times 1.7. We get 5,1. Please, it's a positive. It's a positive. Can you please check? Because 3 times 1,7 is 5,1. Can you see that? 5,1 minus 5 will give us 0,1, which is a positive. Please, you agree to that?
Yes.
You agree. Okay, so here is a positive. Good. Then 11 over 6. If I replace 11 over 6 with 11 minus 6, what will I get?
0.
0. Thank you. 0. And 11 over 6. If I replace it with 3x here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Yes.
0 divided by positive will give us how much?
0.
0. Then 11 over 6 to positive infinity. We can pick any number. Let us say we can pick a number like 5. Let's see that.
Yes.
And when I put 5, 11 minus 6, when I put 5 here, I'll get what?
Negative.
Negative. Good. If I put 5 here, I'll get what?
Positive.
Positive. So negative divided by positive is what?
Negative.
Good. So you see that if you take your time and do the table correctly, you have already found your answer. That's what I mean. So the key thing is that don't rush when it comes to the table. Don't rush. That's what I mean. Because once you get the table correctly, you have already found your answer. That's what I mean. So here the question says that the whole values of x will this be negative. Less than 0 is a negative. So our first answer will be negative infinity to
5 over 3.
5/3. That will be our first answer. Then our second answer will be from 11/6. 11/6 to positive what? Infinity. Close bracket. So that is all. If you see, that is the beauty about mathematics. Once you can understand it, everything becomes very easy. You understand me? So every time you're memorizing here, try to understand what you are doing. There is no memorizing here. Just try to understand what you are doing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, in the absence of no questions, we are going to tackle another one. Our next one, we are going to have our last. Let us look at the last one. We have 2x plus 8 and 2x plus 8x. So we are going to look at question 9. Question 9. Question 9. We have 2x plus 8 all divided by x squared plus 8x. X squared plus 8x x squared plus 8x plus 7 plus 7. And here we are going to go strictly greater than 0. Strictly greater than 0. Strictly greater than 0. Please, a minute. Let me just answer this call and we will continue. Hello? Fine. Okay, good. So, please, one thing that you have to note is that, you see, with this kind of questions, when you are starting, you have to take your time. Exactly. Because if you rush from the beginning and you do something wrong there, it affects everything that you are going to do. That means that the subsequent things you are doing all is wrong, even though that one might be correct. Exactly. So right from the start, take your time. So you see, when you have a question like this, the first thing is that you must factorize and find the factors. Exactly. That is why we were doing factorization in the first semester. That was the real meaning. Now, here I can bring 2 out. I will get x plus 4. Do you agree? Okay, good. Then x squared, when you have x squared plus 8x plus 7. You can factorize it like this: x squared plus 7x plus x plus 7. Then here I can bring x out. I'll get x plus 7. And I'll bring 1 out. I'll get x plus 7. Then I'll bring x plus 7 out. I'll get x plus 1. So our factors down will be x plus 7, x plus 1. So please, what I'm trying to tell you here is that, you see, once you get these factors, that means that the rest you are going to do is useless. You get what I'm trying to say? You can put off your mic if you want to talk. You can put off your mic if you want to talk. Please. Please. So I'm saying that once you get these factors wrong, it's not affecting everything. Exactly. So make sure that excuse me, from the beginning you get these things correct. And once you have got the factors wrong, correct, where it says greater than 0, we come to our table. Our table will have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one will come like this. So we're going to have something like this. And let us remember our factors. It's going to be, our points will be 4. It will be 4. I'm sorry, minus 4. Sorry. It will be minus 4, minus 7, and minus 1. Can we see that? Our factors will be minus 4, minus 7, and minus 1. So we start with the smallest one. So we go from negative infinity to minus 7. Then we have minus 7. Then we have minus 7 to minus 4. To minus 4. Then we have minus 4. Then we have minus 4 to 1. Sorry, minus 1, sorry. Then we have minus 1. Then we have minus 1 to positive infinity. Then here we have x plus 4. X plus 7. X plus 1. Then we have f of x. Please, any questions here?
No.
Okay. So we can now do our table. Is negative infinity to negative 7. Can you give me one number between the two?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Good. Negative 8. When you put it here, will it be positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. When you put it here, will it be negative or positive?
Negative.
Negative. And here too?
Negative.
Negative.
Okay, good. Negative and negative is what? Positive.
Positive.
Divided by negative, divided by negative, divided by negative is equal to what? Negative.
Negative.
Can we see that? Okay, good. Negative 7. When I put it here, it's going to be what?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. When I put it here, it's going to be what?
Zero.
Negative.
0.
0.
0.
Negative 7, when I put it here, it's going to be what?
Negative.
Negative.
So negative divided by 0 divided by negative will give me what?
Negative.
Undefined.
Undefined.
Undefined. Can we see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, can you give me any number between
0. Not undefined.
Can you give me a number?
It is
Yes. Any number.
0.
Can you give me any number, please?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. When I put negative 5 here, I'll get what? X plus 4.
Negative.
When I put negative 5 here, what will I get?
A positive.
Positive.
When I put a negative here, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative positive negative will give me what?
Negative. Positive.
No, positive.
Positive.
Please, as I always say, take your time with the table. Because if you get a table wrong, it will affect everything that you are going to do. Okay, negative 4. If I put negative 4, x plus 4, I'll get what?
0.
If I put negative 4 here, what will I get?
Positive.
If I can put negative 4 here, what will I get?
Negative.
So 0 divided by positive divided by negative will give me what?
0.
Give me
0.
what?
0.
0.
0.
Now between negative 4 and negative 1. Yes, your hand is up.
Share on negative 7. Why on f of x we put undefined?
Because x plus 7 is down. Any number divided by 0 is 0.
But it's 0 divided by negative.
It will be like this. Negative divided by 0 times negative. Can you see that?
Oh.
See that? So negative times 0 is 0. So it will be negative divided by 0, which will give me undefined.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's continue. Now, between negative 4 and 1, can you give us any number?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So if I put negative 2 here, what will I get at x plus 4?
Positive.
Good. Now, if I put negative 2 at x plus 7, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
Good. Negative 2 at x plus 1, what will I get?
Negative.
Negative.
So positive divided by positive negative will give me what?
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Good. Now, the next one is negative 1. Now, if I put negative 1 in place of x plus 4, what will I get?
Positive.
Now, if I put negative 1 in place of x plus 7, what will I get?
0.
Positive.
Positive.
Good. Now, if I put negative 1 in place of x plus 1, what will I get?
0.
0.
So positive divided by 0 will give me what?
Undefined.
Undefined. Can we see that? Okay, good. So now, our last one. Between negative infinity and negative 1 and positive infinity, we can pick any number. Number like 0. Exactly. Can we see that? So if I put 0 here, what will I get?
Positive.
Positive.
0 here,
Positive.
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 0 here,
Positive.
positive. So positive will give me what? Positive.
Positive.
So you see, once you take your time and do your table correctly, you have already found your answer. Exactly. So you don't have to rush here. Exactly. So the question says that values of exactly to make the expression a positive. So where are we getting our first positive? It will be from what? Negative 7 to what? Negative
4.
4. Can we all see that?
Yes, sir.
Then our second answer will be from negative 1 to what?
Infinity.
Infinity. Please, can we all see that?
Yes, sir.
So please, any questions on inequalities? Because if you understand this, I can't see what you can do again. First, number 1 rule, never cross multiply. Second, factorize correctly. Exactly. Do your table. Your answer will come out. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, freedom.
Sir, when we have is equals to greater than or equals to, we use the square brackets or the close
Yes. If
brackets.
no, you simply check. You simply check. For example, if this question that I asked you, in case it was equal to like this, have you seen that? That means that
Yes,
now the question says that where is this function either greater than 0 or what? Equal to 0. So that means that I will have to add -7 and what? -4. Can you see that?
yes, sir.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So in this case, our answer will change slightly. In this case, our first answer, please, I don't have, let me just write here. Let me just find a minute. A minute. Let me just find a space here and write the answer. So in that case, our first answer, we are going to use a square bracket. Let's see that. A square bracket -7. You see that? To
Yes, sir.
-4. Also a square bracket. Can you see that? And we do -7 and -4. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then -1 is given as undefined, so we cannot include -1. So -1 is still an open bracket to what? Infinity. That's why I'm saying that you need to be careful of your brackets. Exactly. Because the square bracket and the parenthesis or the closed bracket or the open bracket, it means two very different things. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Good. Please, any questions again? Please, any questions again? Okay. So, in the absence of no questions, I would like us to bring the class to an end. On Monday, we are going to have a 1-hour class that is going to focus on the second section, absolute value function. Then I think, remember that we are writing our exam on the 8th, exactly. Then I think you will be equipped enough to write your exam. So unless there are any questions, we can bring the class to an end. Can we close the class?
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. So I will and upload this video on Blackboard. So if you want to view it again, you can view it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I will see
Thank you,
you
sir.
on Monday. You're welcome. See you
Bye.
on Monday. Bye.